So great to see everybody once again, and anybody who was here last week, we had great fun with the ducks. So Martin's on duck patrol this morning now. I said to him, you have to spot them when they start moving over. So we survived anyway, and you all came back again, so it's great. So this morning our theme is about being grounded, and we're going to work a bit on core strength. So we're going to be very much kind of on the earth and connecting with the earth. So I'm going to get you to start lying down on your mats, please. So just lie down, bend your knees if you like. Oh yes, and I forgot to say, and you probably all know that today's class is in aid of Helpful Steps, which is a charity, a local charity, which helps people with spinal injuries. So in case anyone didn't know what the charity was today. So lie down, bend your knees if you like. Really feel the connection with your back now and the earth. Feel the support that it gives you. But also feel it's a kind of a nice soft support compared to, when we were up in the bandstand, it was very hard underneath our bodies. So it's nice to have the support of the earth, which is nice and giving and supportive at the same time. So really feel yourself beginning to be grounded. You can be aware of the sounds around you, but then withdrawing inwards, start to become aware of your own breath. So the breath is one of the most grounding things you can do. When we're feeling agitated or nervous or anxious about something, if you just come back to your breath and slow it down, it really can help to ground you and quieten everything. So take a big deep breath in through your nose and then fully exhale. And once again, deep breath in and fully exhale. Now we're going to inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it out 2, 3, 4. And again, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it out 2, 3, 4. So continue this breath now for maybe 3 more rounds of breath in your own time. So you can finish your next exhale. Begin to open your eyes. So we'll have a stretch. Take the arms behind you, straighten out the legs, stretch into your fingertips and into your toes. Draw your navel in. And then slowly bring the hands back down, bend the knees again, hug your knees into you, and start to rock from side to side. Now you can place your feet back on the mat. Hug your right knee into you. Hug it right in and then stretch your right leg up towards the sky, beginning to make little ankle circles. So you can support the back of the leg wherever you need to hold on to as you make nice little ankle circles. And reverse it. Now place your hands back down on the mat. And we're going to start to circle from the hip. So you can start small and gradually get bigger. And then reverse it. Come back to center, hug your right knee in and place your right foot back on the mat. Left leg, hug the knee in, stretch the leg up, support it, ankle circles. And change direction. Bring the hands down and start to circle from the hip. Changing the direction. Gradually making the circles bigger. And come back to center, hug your left knee in, place your left foot on the mat. So we'll bend both knees if you haven't already. Bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, flatten, lift your head and chest. Really focusing on the core now, feeling the middle and lower back pressing into the ground. And inhale, down, exhale. Inhale, arch. Exhale, flatten and lift. Inhale, down, exhale. Inhale, arch. Exhale, flatten and lift. Inhale, down, exhale. We'll just go for one more. Inhale, arch. Exhale, flatten and lift. Inhale, down and exhale. Release the hands. Roll over onto your side. Bring yourself up. And we're going to come over into child pose. So knees wide, toes touching. Sit back and bring the hands in front or bring the hands underneath your forehead. Now we lift the head, curl the toes, bring the hands in front of you and sit the hips back a little bit. So we're lifting the head and chest. We're going to press down into the fingers and lift the palms and the wrists. We're going to press down into the palms and lift the fingers. And again, press into the fingers. Press into the palms, lift the fingers. And come forward now. Bring your hands down and come forward onto all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Bring the right leg back, turn the toes under. Stretch through your right heel. And then lift your right leg, point the toe. You can stay here or chance bringing the left hand in front. Testing your balance here now. Use your core. Press down into your right hand. And then slowly down. Left leg, left foot back, turn the toes under, stretch through the heel. Lift the left foot just to hip level. Stay here or bring your right hand forward. And slowly down. So we'll start just to make big circles around. Come back to center and change the direction. And come back to center one more time. So turn your toes under, lift yourself up into your first downward facing dog, maybe stepping the feet in a little and beginning to lift up and down off the toes. Now take the right leg back, knee in, right foot forward, drop to your left knee. So we're going to stay low. We're going to bring the right hand inside the right foot. Now you can stay here. You can come onto the outer edge of your right foot. So I'm just going to turn around here so you can, if you want to get a little bit more into your hip. And if you're feeling nothing, try coming down onto your forearms. So stay wherever you begin to feel a little bit of work and opening up in that hip. Press the right foot down if you've gone onto the edge of it. So we'll take the right hand back inside the right foot. Now curl your left foot under and lift your left knee. Two hands are still on the mat, and then we're going to take it into a twist if you like. Press back through your left heel now strongly. Left hand down, right hand outside the right foot. Step yourself back into downward facing dog. Come up and down off the toes a little bit again. And then left leg back, lift it up, bend the knee, bring it through. And we'll come onto the right knee. Left hand inside the left foot. You could actually walk that left foot out a little bit. If you want to come onto the outer edge of the left foot, see how that feels. And if you want to come down onto the forearms, give it a go. So it all depends on how open you are in the hips. Flatten the left foot if you come onto the outer edge. Curl your right foot under, lift the knee. Two hands are still on the mat now. Pressing into the left hand, maybe twisting to the right. And even if you want to, you can keep your right hand here, or you can have the knee still on the mat. Right hand down, left hand outside the left foot. Now step your right foot up to your left. Walk the feet apart and bend the knees deeply. Let yourself just dangle here over the legs. Bring your hands to your hips and pressing into your feet. Slowly come to a standing position. Lovely. Keeping your feet nice and wide. We're going to start to rock from the heels to the toes. Now the ground can be a bit uneven, so it can be a bit challenging here when you come up onto the toes. Don't worry about it, we'll just keep moving. Okay. Inhale, both arms up. Interlace the fingers, stretch up. Draw your navel in. Now you can soften your knees here as you stretch over to the right. Come back, stretch up. Over to the left, again soften the knees to be kind to the lower back. And slowly come back. Release your hands down and just make a few little circles. And reverse it. Okay, you might even need to step off your mat for the next one, or just find a place that isn't too lumpy. Feet nice and wide apart, hands on hips. So see if you can come up onto the balls of your feet, bring your hands in front, and just come down into a little bit of a squat. And then come back up, heels down, hands down. We'll just do that one more time. Inhale, hands up onto the balls of the feet. See if you can come down a bit lower, maybe even this time. We'll hear all the knees clicking now and creaking. Press into the feet all the way up. Hands down, heels down. Well done. Okay, that's woken everybody up. Ready to start our sun salutation. So coming to the top of your mats, spread your toes. Press down. Now again, feel the earth beneath your feet. It's a different feeling than being on a hard floor. Hands to heart center. Roll the shoulders back and down. Draw up on the kneecaps and the thigh muscles. Draw the navel back towards the spine. Close your eyes and establish your breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Release the hands down, open the eyes. Inhale, take your palms out, reach up. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, look out, flat back. Hands flat, we'll step to plank. Dropping to the knees, to the chest, to the chin, come all the way down to the mat. Bring your hands in front and come up into a low cobra. Engage your legs. Lower the head, hands under the shoulders. Now push back up, all fours. Curl the toes under into a downward facing dog. So taking your feet about hip distance apart. You can continue to work the legs if you feel your hamstrings are a little tight. Release your head and neck as you look back between the feet. Exhale fully. Inhale, look forward, step your right and left foot up. Flat back, look out. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhaling back into Tadasana. And again, inhale, take the palms out, reach up. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, look out, flat back. Hands flat, step to plank. Dropping, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra or upward dog. Roll over the toes into downward dog. So once again, try to release the head and neck, softening through the elbows a little. So you don't want to be tensing the shoulders or putting too much pressure on the wrists. Spread your fingers now and press the weight more through the knuckles of the fingers. And breathe. Exhale fully. As you inhale, look forward, step or hop the feet to the hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhaling back into Tadasana. So back to the top of your mats, finding Tadasana again. This time we're going to bend the knees and sweep the fingers against the mat. Utkatasana. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, look out, flat back. Hands flat, stepping back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra or upward dog. Roll over the toes to downward dog. Right leg back. Knee in. Right foot forward. Now, stay on the toes of the back foot if you can and bring your hands to your hips. So drop a little bit more weight. You're lifting the left heel, but you want to have a little bit of weight in that leg so you balanced here. Hands out. Hands behind, interlace the fingers and lift the chest. Release your hands to the mat. Step to plank. Dropping, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra or upward dog. Roll over your toes to downward dog. Left leg back. Knee in. Left foot forward and again press into the toes of that right foot. Try and get your balance between both legs. Sink low. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, hands behind. Inhale, lift the chest and breathe. Release your hands to the mat. Step to plank. Dropping, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra, upward dog. Roll over your toes, downward dog, or take child pose. So once again, just come back to the breath, slow it down. Release the head and neck, so don't hold on to any tension in your neck. Exhale fully. Inhale, look forward. Step or hop, feet to the hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees. Sweep your fingers against the mat. Utkatasana. We're going to pause here for a moment. Weight into the heels. And exhale back into Tadasana. So the sun's coming out nicely for us. Just stand in Tadasana for a moment with your eyes closed. Let your breath settle. If you want to have a drink of water, please do. And then we'll place our hands on our hips, step our feet at least hip distance. You can even go a little bit wider if you want to. Inhale, lift your chest. Slight back bend here. Exhale as you come forward. Bend the knees first. Reach down and take some part of the leg, or maybe you're hooking your first two fingers around your big toes. Inhale, lift the chest for a moment, look out. Lengthen through your spine and then slowly begin to fold. Now you can have the knees as deeply bent as you need them, or you can begin to straighten up on the legs. Release that head and neck again. So the back of the neck should be free as you bring your forehead towards your shins. Exhale, fully bring the hands to the hips. Press into the feet. Now you might still have the knees bent, that's perfect. And slowly inhale to come all the way back up. Lovely. Step the feet together. Hands to heart center. And I'm going to go over here. So you're going to turn sideways. So I'll go over here somewhere. Yeah. Sorry. Don't move. You're grand. This is fine. So I just want everybody to be able to see. You can follow me there, Catherine. You're all right. So take the feet nice and wide. Hello to everybody down this end of the class. I didn't get to say hello to some of you when you arrived. So take the feet nice and wide. We'll turn the right foot out and left foot in. Bend into the right knee, warrior two. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Sink again. So it's all about grounding and sinking. A lot of the poses this morning are getting down into the earth, dropping the hips. And then we'll turn the palms upwards and look back to your left. Just nice and slowly turning the neck. Now drop your left hand either to your leg or your lower back. Straighten up your right knee and bring the right hand up and over. We'll bring the hands back to shoulder level. And then we're going to extend over the right leg, right hand down, left hand up. And now we're going to take the left hand and either bring it to the hip or bring it around behind, maybe to your mid-back, or maybe you can reach. Some of you might get the hand onto the top of the right thigh. So you're opening through the shoulder and opening through the chest here. Bring the left hand back onto the hip. Inhale, slowly come up. And we'll turn both feet forward. So moving to the left, left foot out, right foot in. Bend into your left knee, warrior two. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders and we look along the left arm. Sink low into that left thigh. Straighten up if you can on the right knee. Turn the palms upwards, look back to your right. And if you've dropped that right hand, it's an opportunity now to lift it a little bit. And now drop the right hand to the back of the thigh or lower back. Straighten up on your left knee. Bring the left arm up and over. Bring the arms back to shoulder level. Extend over your left leg now, left hand down, right hand up. And then we're going to take the right hand either to the hip or bring it behind, aiming towards, we'll say aiming towards the top of the left thigh. So what you're getting here, which you don't get, if you have the arm up in the air, is this opening across the chest and getting into the shoulder. A lot of us can be very tight in the shoulders. And then bring your right hand to your hip, press into your left foot. Slowly come up and turn the feet forward. So we'll take the feet marginally wider. We'll turn the right foot out again and the left foot in. Bend into the right knee. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, bring that elbow to the inside of the knee or bring the fingertips to the mat. Rotate your chest towards me and then reach up. Bring the left hand to the hip, bring the right hand to the thigh. Take your time as you come up. And we'll rotate to the other side. So left foot out, but don't forget to turn the right foot slightly in. Bend the knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Left elbow to the inside of the knee or fingertips to the floor. Right hand to your hip, rotate the chest, and then reach up. Pressing into the outer edge of the right foot strongly. Right hand to your hip. Left hand to the thigh, we'll ease up out of it. Turn both feet forward. So both feet forward, actually turning the big toes slightly in. Inhale your arms up, stretch up, reach for the sky, and then start to come forward. Nice and slowly lengthening the spine. Fingertips down under your shoulders. Shift the weight now towards your toes. So don't topple over, but weight comes slightly out of the heels. You can stay here or you can walk the hands back as you drop your head. Walk your hands forward. Bend your knees. Press into your feet, bring the hands to the hips, and we'll very slowly come back up. Okay. So, last week we had the invasion of the ducks, and somebody asked, is there such a thing as a duck pose? So I did look it up, but I'm not going to ask you to do the full duck. We're going to do baby duck pose. Very simple. The full duck pose is actually, just to describe, it's lotus and then into an arm balance. I can't even do it. I can do lotus, I can do the arm balance, but I cannot do the two together. So I'm not even going to try and demonstrate. So here's baby duck pose. Walk your feet in. This is easy now. So we have duck feet, feet turned out. So you don't have to be too wide. Small as you like, Mary. So we're going to bend the knees. Keep your hands on your hips. And now you're going to go quack, 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 quack. That's baby duck pose. I found it on YouTube. And hands on the hips. Slowly straighten up the knees. Inhale the arms up, stretch up. And down. It wasn't that bad, Mary, was it? She really thought I was going to ask you to do the lotus one. Okay, so we'll walk the feet back together. And we're going to do our tree pose this morning. So once again, try and find a spot maybe that's not too lumpy. You're right about all the twigs here, Mary. Of course, we're under the trees, aren't we? So try and find somewhere that's reasonably solid that you can balance on. So we'll start with weight on the left foot, bending your right knee. So remember, it's okay to just place one foot on top of the other. One foot on the ankle, the calf, or if you're ready to take that foot up into the thigh, go for it. Arms out, get the balance. It's okay, so trees do sway. Soften the standing knee if you need to. And then we'll try hands to heart center. And then very slowly release. Stretch out. Weight into the right foot, this time bend the left knee. So you can start with just placing it here or here. You can hug it up and bring the foot into the thigh. And arms out to get the balance, maybe softening standing knee. And then hands to heart center. So don't worry if you wobble or you sway, that's okay. And then very slowly release, stretch out, and I'm just going to come back to the top. So come and face forward once again. Bring your feet apart, bring your hands onto your hips. Bend your knees and come into, so Utkatasana squat pose is another really grounding pose. Weight into the heels. Make sure you can see your toes when you look down. Draw the navel in and then inhale the arms up. Bring the hands to heart center and we're going to twist to the right. So left elbow to the outside of the right leg, press the palms together. Weight into the heels now and lift the chest away from the thigh. And come back. You might like to stretch up for a moment, straighten the legs. Hands back to heart center, bend the knees. Right elbow to the outside of the left, press the palms together. Come back to center, hands down, step back into downward facing dog and have a nice little stretch out. Pedal the feet up and down off the toes. And then you can drop onto your knees and you can take a resting child pose. So we just did tree pose there a moment ago. So I'm just going to read you a little thing I came across called advice. You can stay down. Advice from a tree. Stand tall and proud. Go out on a limb. Remember your roots. Drink plenty of water. Be content with your own natural beauty. And enjoy the view. So when you're ready now, you can slide forward onto your tummies. Bring your hands under your foreheads. Stretch your feet back. Press the feet into the ground as the kneecaps lift. And breathe. Now lift your head. Bring your right hand forward and your left hand down beside you. Lift your head and chest. Lift your right arm and your left leg for half Salabhasana. As you come down, bring the right hand down, left hand forward. Drop the head for a moment. Lift the head, lift the chest. Left arm, right leg. And then slowly coming down, bring the two hands down beside you, palms facing in towards your thighs. Inhale, lift your head, lift your chest. Lift your arms. If you want to, you can interlace the hands behind, get a little bit more lift. And then you can either keep the feet down or you can lift the legs for a full Salabhasana or locust pose. And then lower down, bring your hands underneath your forehead. Let your head turn to one side and roll your toes in and your heels out. Pushing your hands under your shoulders, push back up. Come back through your child pose for a moment. And then sit back onto your heels, roll over, and we'll stretch the legs out in front to come into Dandasana. So once again, ground your hips down into the mat. Draw your toes towards you. Roll your shoulders back and down and press your palms or your fingertips into the mat to sit tall. Draw the navel back towards the spine. And we'll just breathe here for a moment. Open your eyes. Bring your feet slightly apart. You can bend the knees if you like. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. We're going to come forward to take calves, ankles, or big toes. Inhale to lift, exhale. Let your chest, if you like, just sit on your thighs. That's a really nice, soft forward bend. Or if you want to straighten the legs a little more, you can gradually straighten. Keep your gaze to your toes. And then very slowly coming back up out of it. We're going to take the legs wider, bring the buttock flesh behind you so that you're kind of slightly tilted forward. And again, we're just going to creep the hands forward. Now, you might just be here, that's fine. If you can come a little further, creep the fingers forward and bring the chest towards the earth. Walk your hands over to the right. Walk back into the center and over to the left. and walk back into the center. Bend your knees. And we're just going to bring the hands inside and around for a version of frog pose. So we're going to do all the water animals this morning. So this is your first version of frog pose. So the hands come inside and around, and if possible, to the outside. Now you can take that further. You can straighten the legs. You can bring the arms underneath a bit more and get yourself completely tied up. But I think just stay here in a nice, soft forward bend. And then release the hands. Slowly walk them back. Straighten out your legs. And we're going to bend the right knee and bring the right foot to the inside of the left leg. Inhale the arms up and exhale as you come forward into Janu Sirsasana. So you can stay here, or you can bring the hands further forward to hold your foot or your ankle, or you can just rest the hands on the mat. That's okay too. Again, the focus is just on the toes. Walk your hands back. Take your right hand behind and the left hand across. Move into a twist. Come back to face forward. Straighten out the right leg. Bend the left foot to the inside of the right leg. Inhale, arms up. Exhale as you come forward. Again, you can just have the hands on the mat, or you can take hold of your ankle or foot. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bend your elbows and feel your shoulders release. Look to your toes. Slowly walk the hands back. Take the left hand behind, right hand across, and we move into a nice twist again. And slowly coming back to the front. Straighten out your left leg. We'll bend the knees again, and this time we're just going to cross the ankles. And I'll just turn sideways. If you can, take hold of your feet or your ankles, lifting the feet, and keep yourself lifted so you're using your core here. And then bring the hands down, straighten out the legs. And you're going to, in your own time, bend the knees again and come down onto your back. So come down onto your back, hug your knees in, and just make a few nice little circles. Again, the earth is nice and soft underneath our hips as you massage your lower back. Place your feet back on the mat, feet hip distance apart, hands down. Bridge pose, pressing into your feet, lift your hips, your lower back. That might be enough this morning. If you're coming up further, middle back and upper back, maybe walk the hands in underneath. Pressing into those big toes now. Keep the feet pressing down strongly. Keep the legs strong. And then slowly walk the shoulder blades out, walk the hands out. Begin to lower your back nice and slowly until your tailbone connects with the mat. Once again, hug your knees in and either rock or roll on the lower back. Place your feet back on the mat. Now we're going to place the right foot on top of the left leg. Let the right knee just drift out to the right. And just stay here. We're not going to take the hands into it. We're just going to keep the upper body relaxed. Just let the hip nicely open. And then take the right foot back onto the mat. Same thing on the left side, bend the left knee, left foot above the right knee, let it drift out to the left. Hug the knees into you once again. Bring the 2 feet up into the air. So bring the feet together if you can, and just make a few little hip circles around, moving the 2 legs at the same time. And change direction. Reach up with your hands. Maybe take the feet slightly apart, and you can hold on to any part of the leg or the toes as you draw the feet towards you. Stretching out the backs of the legs. Release your feet upwards again, so the toes are still pointing up in the air. Place your hands on your lower belly. And we're just going to finish with a little bit of core work. So nice and slowly begin to drop the right foot, not all the way to the ground. Now, the reason for keeping your hands on your belly is to keep the lower back connecting with the mat. Bring the right leg back up. Left leg down. Hover the foot above the mat. So nice and slowly to do this. Left leg back up. So just continue for a few more rounds. Right leg. And back up. Left leg. And back up. So do one more on each side. As I say, ensuring now that your lower back is not in distress, that you're connected and you're supported by the earth. And once you've done one more on each side, hug the knees in again, roll around from side to side or rock over and back. Place your feet back on the mat. Bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees just fall out to the side. And again, you can just rock the hips from side to side if you like. Relax the upper body. And then anytime you like, gently draw the knees together. And you can get yourselves ready for Shavasana. So if anybody feels they need to move into the shade, and obviously if you need to put on an extra layer of clothes, please do that. The ducks seem to be staying away this morning. So whenever you're ready, just quietly lying down onto your mat. Finding what works for you in Shavasana. So if that's bent knees, go for that version. If it's legs wide and just feet flopping out to the side, as I say, find the version that you can be comfortable in for 5 or 10 minutes. So we'll come back to the breathing that we did at the start. So if you like, you can place your hands very lightly on your belly. With your eyes closed, just begin to tune into your own natural breathing rhythm. And then exhale fully through your nose. Inhaling for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 2, 3, 4. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 2, 3, 4. So continue this breath now in your own time. If you need to shorten the count or if you want to lengthen the count, you can do that. So as I said, this type of breath is really grounding and calming for the mind and the body. So you can gradually let the breath return to normal. Settle your body just a little deeper into the earth. Make any adjustments you need to be comfortable. And now feel the relaxation moving in through the toes, the soles of the feet, the tops of the feet and the ankles, shins and calves, knees, front and back of your thighs. Relax all of your pelvis, your lower back, all the way up the spine to the base of your neck. Relax the back of your head, your scalp, your forehead, your eyebrows, eyelids, all the facial muscles, the lips, tongue, chin and throat. Relax your collarbones, your shoulders, your upper arms, elbows and lower arms, wrists, palms, backs of the hands and all the way into your fingertips. Relax your chest, your rib cage, your abdomen and your lower abdomen. Relax your whole body. And just a few little affirmations in relation to being grounded. I am grounded. I am centered and I am strong. The energy of the earth flows through me. I am protected, safe, and at peace. And then in your own time, beginning to let your awareness come back to the surface. Keep your eyes closed now and just be aware of your relaxed body. Aware of the sounds around you. So there's lots of different sounds of nature, sounds of the traffic, sounds of the ducks. Begin to let the sounds in. And then you can start to move your body slowly, your fingers and toes, your wrists and ankles. If you feel like stretching, take the arms overhead and straighten out the legs. And slowly bring your arms back down, bend your knees, draw your knees into you, and get ready to roll over onto your side. So whichever side feels natural, come onto it and take a few deep breaths. And then in your own time, we'll come to seated. Place a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Namaste. So thank you all for coming this morning. I think it wasn't too hot and the little breeze was actually quite nice. So this is our last Yoga in the Park for this summer. So I'm taking the rest of the summer off and we'll be back in September, those of you that come to me in the hotel. So I'll be in touch with everybody in September. So have a great summer. Thank you for those of you, some of you have turned up every week, and thank you for supporting all the charities and for keeping me company here, even on days when it wasn't as nice as this. So fair dues to you all, and thanks for coming. And again, the charity today is Helpful Steps. So if you want to, if you haven't thrown something into the bucket, you can donate online as well. So again, have a great summer and thank you all so much. Thank you.